Hey everyone, welcome. So I'm just concerned about this new Gaza ceasefire. Um, so they happy, or I'm happy for them. By the way, happy. Finally the killing, the genocide will stop. It's ridiculous. It's been like 15 months. It's not just because that it's way before 1948. Way before that, way before October 7. If you smart, if you use common sense and understand how this works. If you understand this conflict. So everybody's happy right now in Gaza. They say they victory, they won, and this. I don't see that. I mean, for what? What did you accomplish? Like thousands of people died, total destructions. People will suffer from PTSD for the rest of their life. Their leaders died. Uh, like that is it's really it's crazy. Is a lot of people died. It's mass destructions. 1,000 people, more than 40,000. Like I would say 80,000 people. Because there are still people there under their rubble. No one can reach them because Israel, so-called Israel, or AKA how I name it, the United States of Israel, because the United States always support them. They spend more money on this entity more than their own people here in the United States. I don't know why, but yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, so the United States of Israel, or Israel, they prevented these like earth mover machine or equipment to enter Gaza, so these people can use it, to take out the rubble, so eventually they can take the bodies, they retrieve whatever who's surviving or dead. So yeah, not just that, they prevented food and water and medicine, everything. I mean, even fuel to the hospitals, ambulance, because they keep bombing them. They bomb all the hospitals. One by one. They say, "Oh, it's not. We don't do that. It was a mistake." And then they started and they proceeded to bomb one by one, all of them, not a single hospital. And you say this is self-defense? I don't think so. It's self-defense. I mean, self-defense. I mean, that's too much. I don't think so. I don't care who's he. If this happened to Israeli themselves, if the Palestinian bomb hospitals in Tel Aviv, whenever, which is we call it Jaffa, they invade Jaffa, because it's invaded. I will disagree with that because hey, I will say, hey, Palestinians, why would you bomb their hospital? This is bad. See, you don't do that, regardless who is who, regardless whether they're Palestinian, whether they're brown, white, Zionist, or anyone. Why would you bomb hospital? Why would you prevent? Like food and aid and all kind of stuff? Imagine why? Self-defense? Okay. Anyway, so these people happy. They say we're happy about this ceasefire. We won. I mean, I'm happy for them. I'm happy for Gaza. I bought myself from Middle East. I'm from Iraq. I speak Arabic. I'm happy for them, but I don't see this as victory because they didn't accomplish anything. This is just like basically waste of human life, just for nothing. Well, they main goal for this movement when they started, like they call it Tawfan al-Aqsa, whatever, on October 7th, they say they're gonna change a lot of stuff. They're gonna free Palestine. They're gonna free Al-Quds, Jerusalem, stuff like that. This didn't happen. All I see is a lot of people died, a lot of people suffer, a lot of people they lost their house. Whole families been whipped out. Families, generations, like from little child to whatever, gone, dead. They drop bombs on them intentionally, precisely. And when you ask, hey, Israel, why you do that? Oh, because Hamas is there. I say Hamas because this is how they say it. So just in case if I say Hamas, maybe I hurt their feelings or something. I don't want to hurt their feelings. So let's say Hamas. We can say Hezbollah. Anyway, so they did a lot, like, because they brought destruction to their people. Everything is gone. Okay, and the road to recovery take years, like more than a decade, more than 10 years. This is for like infrastructure, but I don't know what is this, but for the psychologically, they will never recover because most of these people born in this war. So this is gonna stay for them. PTSD gonna stay forever. They will take decades. They will take decades for these people to recover. And these people, they say they go to the streets right now. Are they happy? They say, "Oh yeah, if we won." What did you want? It didn't accomplish anything. What about the people? What about people who died? Thousands of dollars, thousands of people, many of them children, and many of them and children and women. It's crazy, guys. Seriously. Okay. Mass grave there. And even those Zionists didn't leave this dead alone. They just went there and with their shovels, they started, digging these graves. Why? Leave these people alone. I understand. Is it attacking dead people part of self-defense? Is it the dead people anti-Semitic? They did. They gone. Leave them alone, my guy. What the fuck you doing? Excuse my language. I mean, why? What is it? What kind of self-defense you're attacking? You're like you digging and destroy mass grave. What's wrong with you guys? I mean, are you really that animal? You animal no matter what. But are you really that animal? So okay, back to Gaza ceasefire. I mean, oh okay, it's look good. I mean, I'm happy. I mean, that's good. First, finally, no more people gonna die. But until the second, there's still no ceasefire. By the way, until the second, by the way, while these people in Gaza are celebrating, they still bombing them. They still getting bombed and they're getting killed in different parts of their city, of Gaza City. So the genocide is still on, by the way, guys. I'm not sure if it's. I'm not checking right now. I don't see it any updates. But as for the second, genocide is still there. It's still genocide. There's people dying. They still drop bomb intentionally on children, on people, on displaced people who has nothing to do with Hamas or anything with the conflict. Because everywhere you go, there are people, even including Israel itself, even Zionists. You see people, they have nothing to do with this. They never vote for this. They don't care. They just want to live. Whether they are Muslim, brown, white, black, Asian, everywhere. But I just don't understand what these people did to deserve to die. What these people did to deserve for like bomb weight tens of pounds on them. You gotta understand that our people has nothing to do with this. They said it. Hey, we just want to live. We don't want to. We don't have none. I mean, we don't want to involve with Hamas or anybody. We just want to live. I just want to say what the people did. Anyway, they're still bombing them right now. Okay. And we all know this ceasefire is not going to mean ceasefire. Look at Lebanon right now. Ceasefire, right? They call ceasefire. The first day of Lebanon ceasefire started on back in November 27, right? The first day of the ceasefire, the so-called Israeli, they start shooting at civilians. They try to go to their homes, which is this Zionist. This is something that doesn't know which homes is because they came from Europe and they stole the Palestinian land and occupied it. So these people just want to go home. Just like I said before, it's people has nothing to do with this. They're not armed. Okay, they have nothing to do with this. They didn't vote for this. They don't care about Hezbollah. They don't care about one. They just want to go to their homes and live, right? To check if their homes still exist or they need to repair it. They start shooting at them. Ceasefire, really, guys? Do you know what ceasefire is? Guys, ceasefire is ceasefire. No matter what, you're not gonna shoot. You need to go to your meditator, to their bodies, to the group who made that ceasefire, who made that deal, and complain to them. It's a process. You're not just gonna shoot. And they start shooting and they start bombing. And the second day I heard bombing and they start bombing and people died in Lebanon, South Lebanon, under the ceasefire. Until now they bombing. And they advancing. They couldn't advance because Hezbollah was kicking their asses. Every time they advance, they lose people, they lose tanks, and they couldn't do it without ceasefire. So ceasefire, they took advantage of ceasefire. So right now they advancing and killing people, and they just want Hezbollah to react, so they can say, "Oh, Hezbollah is Hezbollah violates ceasefire. This is it. We're gonna bomb heck out of them. We're gonna keep bombing. Oh, and they feel happy about it because they killed more people. They killed more children because that's what they do. They bomb children. They bomb hospitals. They bomb schools. They bomb like children playing on the beach. They bomb children playing on a UN playground, a UN school playground, just like in Gaza. Really? They are children. They are children. Why would you drop bomb on them, weight thousands of tons, and put these children limb to limb where they can like put them plastic back. They're not even all of them, just because most of their parts are gone. Why? They just children, my guy. I understand. I understand you're racist. I understand you hate Arab, yada, yada, yada. We get it. But they children, my guy. They don't know what's going on. Why? If this happened to Zionist children, I would disagree. I would disagree, and I will come here and talk about it. I would say that's not good. I will feel sorry for the Zionist children because their children have nothing to do with this. But eventually, because that's how they are, United States of Israel, that's what they do. Look at America, what they did in Afghanistan and Iraq, my country, they killed millions, okay, thousands. That's what they do. That's how they function. It is what it is. Anyway, so these people happy? I don't think so. There's victory. I don't think there's victory. He didn't accomplish anything. A lot of people died. A lot of people suffering. They lost their leaders. They lose everything, And by the way, what about West Bank? The West Bank. I mean, these people they always getting raped, of course, way before October 7th. They just go there, those so-called IDF. They go there with their vehicles and they just go there, kill people and destroy people property, destroy people infrastructure, and sometimes even settlers. They go do that in the help and protection of the IDF or Israeli military or United States, of course, because the United States always the biggest umbrella for this stuff. I mean, why this deal didn't include West Bank? Because West Bank has many raids right now. They just go there, they kill people, they detain people, they put people in prison for no reason, and most of these people, if they make it, if they come home, they would never be the same again because of the psychological torture and physical torture. Okay, they go through hell there. Some of them, they lose their eyes. They come with eye loss. Some of them, they don't see. Some of them, they missing limb or arm. Some of them, they have mental issues. They just they don't talk anymore. They don't recognize their families. They don't recognize where they're from. Anyway, if the people this is for the people who survive, who got lucky and survived. For the people and most people who will die there because of the physical and torture they go through hell there. Okay, so what's up with that? Why nobody mentions ceasefire or end to hostility and oppression and in West Bank? West Bank is they dealing with this stuff for a long time, way before October 7th, guys. They just like settlers that go there, the so-called settlers, because they came from Germany. They got kicked from Germany. They came here right now to live in West Bank. So they go there. They destroy properties. They burn houses. They burn farms, and they steal farms. They just go there. If you are a farmer there from Gaza, if you're Palestinian, eventually one day those settlers, they're gonna come like they put a gun on you with the protection under the protection of IDF, so-called IDF military, and they say, "Hey, get out of here! It's ours right now, or we'll shoot you." Sometimes they shoot you. I mean, you're lucky if you just walk away. Sometimes they shoot you and they take your land, just like that. Land grab, just like that. Just like that. That's how they know. That's how they've been doing this since 1948. That's what they do. They're really good at this. I mean, imagine you, just civilian, okay, live in Gaza, Palestinian, or whatever. You peaceful. You don't care about Hezbollah. You don't care about Hamas. You don't care about anyone. Just live there. You live your life. You go to your farm just to make vegetables and stuff and sell them so you can live, right? Imagine, one of these days you're working and then all of a sudden, tanks and armored vehicle, even planes and drones come and people, settlers and military just walking toward you, marching toward you, and with weapons. You just walk like literally walking in the the soil on the ground, okay? And they say, "Hey, get out of here." You're gonna say, "Hey, what's up? Hey, get out of here!" Or we will shoot you. If you don't go, we will shoot you right now. This is military right here, okay? Imagine this happened to you. What kind of BS is this? Really? A peaceful people have nothing to do with this. They're not military. They're not militia. They don't have RPG on their shoulder. They don't say Allahu Akbar and boom. That's not right. Why this ceasefire didn't put an end to this madness in the West Bank? So what's up? This is crazy, guys. I mean, so Gaza is gonna be fine. That's good for them. I'm happy. Seriously, finally, no more people gonna die. No more babies gonna die. Hopefully, right now as we speak, the bomb will stop dropping, and hopefully they can open the border, whenever, so they can aid can get in because people are struggling, people are starving, they don't have water, they didn't drink water for over a year, just like clean water. And I know there is incident where because Israeli always so-called Israeli always bomb their infrastructure. So one day they bomb a water tanks to save water for water safety. So they bomb it so that water go underground. Okay, they make some like few like small lakes, or you can see it on the streets, everywhere, in the surface. So because these people very thirsty, and because they can't get there in the first place to these tanks, because when they get there, it would be shot. So I know this is good. This is true story. So people, like most of them children, they just went there to grab some water from the ground because because they after they hit the tanks, that's the water spill on the ground. Made some spots for water. They just want to test the water and wash, because having sea water, they dry. Do you know what they did? The so-called IDF, they shot these people. And anyone who tried to get to this water in the ground just to feel it, they shot them dead. They children, they kids, guys, they kids. They're not militia, they're not Hamas. They don't have any weapon. They just civilian, have nothing to do. They just want water. If you tell me this self-defense, that's kind of BS. I think you need to go to mental health or something to examine your head. Or unless you nothing wrong with you, but you're racist. Eventually, you're racist. You just want to hate this Arab, hate Arab people in general. You hate these people. You want them starve. You want them die to thirsty, like dead. You just basically you terror. I mean, racist and terrorist. Yeah. I mean, killing a child that tried to reach some water from the ground. That's terrorism. Bomb on a school, that's terrorism. Bomb on hospital is terrorism. So this ceasefire is good for Gaza people. That's good. It's a relief, but it's not going to be a relief to people on West Bank. Should include West Bank, because West Bank right now there are thousands of Palestinians in the prisons. They're getting tortured. They're getting raped. You name it. We all know that. Whole world know that. I don't have to explain it. They're getting raided every day. Just yesterday, they just bombed them. They bombed the West Bank. This is the West Bank, not Gaza. They say we're not going to bomb West Bank because there's no Hamas in West Bank. But they just bombed the West Bank. I repeat, they bombed the West Bank, not Gaza. Just yesterday. Just look at the news right now. I'm not lying. Okay? So they bombing. I believe 9 people been reported. 9 people dead reported. So that's not ceasefire. I mean, it's still there. Still like a civilian Palestinian. They suffering under West Bank. So it should be like a ceasefire for everything in Gaza. Go back to normal. No more drones. No more blockade. Let everything get. And let these people independent. Let them live just like any different countries, like with airports, with manufacturers, with their own military. Okay, no more like drones invading their privacy or something. The same thing with West Bank. I mean, West Bank. First of all, those settlers, they need to leave. They need to leave their houses they stole and their land they stole, and they go back, whether to what they call Tel Aviv, or whether go back to Europe where they come from. And not just that, they need to stop the bombing West Bank and killing people every day. You just go there, eventually, right? You just want to kill people. What is this? I mean, and they call these people who shoot at them terrorists. Of course, they shoot at you. You raided their cities. You go in there, invading their cities, invading their privacy. Of course, they're gonna retaliate. Of course, somebody gonna stand for you. And the problem is, in Western society, anyone who stands against their oppression, anyone who stands against their genocide or occupation, they call it terrorists. Eventually, even me right now, because I made this video right now, they say because I say I'm from Iraq, they say, "Oh, this guy a terrorist. What he doing here?" How the hell I'm terrorist? I'm not bad. I'm bad. You're the bad person. You're the one who killed children right now. You're the one who cheers over dead children in the hospitals. Oh, dead babies just like 1 day or 2 days old. Or babies even born. You're the one who cheer for that. You're the one happy that they died. I'm bad? Try again, homie. Try again, bro, for ball. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't want to say Spanish because you're too racist to hear Spanish. Anyway, we're not bad people. You're the terrorists. That's what the Western do. They see country like vulnerable to them. They don't have like good military capabilities, but they have oil, all this kind of resources. They attack them, and these people retaliate. I mean, they stand because hey, it's our country. What these people do? Why these people invaded me? Why these people try to steal my oil? Right? So when these people uh, stand against them, resist against them, they label them terrorists. I mean, simply they got labeled. They are terrorist people. How sad! How sad! I mean, really, guys, terrorists. Try again, please, guys. Try again. This is ridiculous. So this ceasefire should include Gaza to go back to normal, to post October 7th, to before October 7th, go normal. For now, I'm not gonna say like they need to be like independent or they go like they go get all Palestine back and get airports. But for now, they need to go back at least to before October 7th, where people was living normally. By the way, even before October 7th, the Israel used to bomb them like almost every week or twice a month. You see, I've been seeing that. I was tracking them on the news. Sometimes I go, that's way before October 7th. Sometimes I go to the like Google. I just like type Gaza, and it says sometimes I see nothing. Sometimes I see nothing, but sometimes I see Israel bomb did some air raid and bomb some parts of Gaza. And I say, oh, okay. I mean, that's typical because these people they live under occupation, and that's because that's what the Israel do. That's what they attack civilian people for no reason. So, but right now, after October 7th, it became every day. It became mass destruction. It became mass genocide. Anyway, so for the Gaza, it's good. I mean, eventually they're gonna find some relief. People aren't gonna die anymore. The bloodshed is gonna stop. They're gonna get some aid, water. Eventually, they're gonna start drinking some water. Hopefully, next few days. Hopefully, hope so. Hopefully, it's gonna be very fast because Gaza used to get 600 truck every day. 600. Right now, they get 2 or 3. Sometimes nothing. This is hell of a different, guys. Imagine the impact from 600 truck to 500 to 5 truck every day. Oh no, nothing. Sometimes nothing. Not even one. Okay, so eventually, these people are gonna get some water to drink, some food, some blanket because it's very cold there. People dying from cold. Like literally, I'm not like exaggerating. People really die. We have cases like children died, freeze to death. They die, gone. Okay, so eventually they're gonna get some tents for now because the destruction there's no any building right now, all destructed. Hopefully they get some like electricity or air generators so they can generate some sort of heaters or kerosene heaters, oil heaters because it's very cold there, and get some food, good tent, medicine, hopefully like some doctors or facilities or temporary hospitals, mobile clinic will go there too to help people who suffering, who's ill. That's good. That's good. But I wish if this included the West Bank, so that would be a good deal for now. But unfortunately, West Bank still suffering. There are people still getting killed every day. There are people still losing their homes for no reason because all of a sudden some settlers they put their guns on you and they say, "Hey, get out of here!" Oh, if you don't get out of here, we're gonna shoot you. If they're lucky, I mean, if they're lucky, walk away. Sometimes they shoot them and they take over their house. They say, "This is our house. This is our land." That's how they Israeli the so-called Israeli they've been doing it since 1948. So they're really good at this. Like almost 80 years, 8 decades. Anyway, that's for West Bank and Gaza. And by the way, Israel is still right now invading Syria. They still bomb in Syria. They still advance in Syria. I mean, really, guys? I guess we need the other ceasefire for Syria, huh? Well, that's all about it. I mean, they always invading. That's all. They all about invading, killing people, killing civilians, and invading their houses. They invading their land. So Syria is happening to Syria right now. I know what's the end game. They say it's temporary, but no one believe it. So I mean, you're not gonna believe someone who invaded the country for almost 8 decades, like which is Palestine. They invaded country. I mean, are you gonna believe these guys when they say our our existence right now, our existence in Syria is temporary? I don't think so. No one believed that. So these people are gonna get invaded. Hey, Golan Heights, they say it's temporary. Hey, they still have it. The Golan Heights is Syrian, by the way, not Israel. So they didn't give Golan Heights at the first place. How are you gonna believe this guy is gonna withdraw from this Syrian land? I don't think so. I really don't think so. These people are gonna. No one gonna believe them. No one believe them. It's possible. So right now when they invade in Syria, they invade in water facilities. So you see, it's all about harming the civilian. It's all about cut resources on civilians. So they took control of main water supplier in Syria. See, they want to cut the water, so they want to make these people suffer. That's what they do. That's all. That's all. Israeli, Zionists, IDF, whatever they call it, United States of Israel. That's all about suffering, make suffer to the people, killing them, stealing their land, stealing their resources, just like they're doing right now. When like there are 2,500 American soldiers in North Syria, and they're controlling the oil field. They stealing oil. Same thing in Iraq. Mhm. They did it in Afghanistan too, but the Taliban they couldn't beat Taliban for 20 years, so they give up. So good for Taliban. I'm so happy. I mean, not Taliban, for Afghanistan people. I know they're suffering, but at least there's no occupation forces there. At least no one is invading their privacy, like withdrawn. At least no one is stealing their land. There's at least no one is stealing their oil, their resources. That's good. They're suffering. They yes, I understand, but that's good. So Syria, they still these people, this idiot, they still in Syria. They so-called protecting the oil. You know, it's all about oil. Trump said it few years ago. Like he said, we should take Syria oil. We should take Iraq oil. It's all about oil, guys. Okay, there's no terrorism. There's no such terrorism. They made this. They made this. So and they made it, and they brainwashed you, so you can believe it's all about it's terrorism. They made ISIS. They say, oh, okay. I mean, not everything is true. You can't believe whenever you hear from these guys. So it's a lie. Okay, they lying. Anyway, they stealing oil from Syria. They giving green light to Israel to take more land. Um, yeah, this is crazy, and it is what it is. That's how it works. Hopefully, Syria will be independent one day, and Golan Heights will go back to Syria again, and no more bombing, no more privacy invasion with their drone, and let these people live because they struggled for a long time. The Syrian people, they deserve it. So hopefully, the so-called Israeli United States of Israel, they leave them alone, and that 2,500 they leave their oil, they withdraw completely, so they can use their oil, they can use their resources to rebuild their countries and help their people because they're struggling financially. The economy there is really bad. So Syrian oil for Syrian people, very simple. American oil for American people. Palestinian land for Palestinian people. Very simple. Iraqi oil for Iraqi what? People. Oh, you're doing good. You're learning. I'm gonna ask you right now. What about the Afghani oil? What about Afghanistan resources? For you think about it, okay? Think about it. For who? Afghanistan oil. Afghanistan land for who? That's your homework, okay? Anyway, that is for now. I mean, I was curious. I say, oh, everybody happy about ceasefire, and they say in Gaza, and everybody say they won. That's not win, man. That's a big loss. You suffer. I mean, what did you accomplish? You accomplished nothing. You brought destruction to your people. I understand you have to resist the occupation. I'm not saying no, that's good, but nothing has accomplished. Sorry. And if you guys included West Bank in the deal, that would be cool. That would be really good. I mean, no one will complain, but eventually your brother and sister at the east side of Palestine, they're still suffering right now because they keep getting killed in West